This is a Ghost Dog mixtape original.
Welcome to Ghost Dog's Big Talk, and I'm your host, Ghost Dog.
It's your boy Ghost Dog. Like I said, gonna be coming at you with some extra content. You know what I mean? Your boy's finding his rhythm, so get comfortable. We're about to make this a regular thing. But that being the case, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, leave a comment, tell me how you feel. Let's have a back and forth conversation, if you will. You know what I mean? Also, like and subscribe to the Aboriginal Sports Network. Shout out to the fellas over there. But a couple things I noticed, scrolling through the socials and all that, X, Twitterverse, what have you. And a couple topics just came to my mind that I just felt the need to just talk about. First one specifically, Giants related, being as a Giants fan and being as that I witnessed this player's greatness firsthand from the moment he got drafted to the moment he left us. Not willingly, mind you, forcefully traded away after just getting his deal, mind you. And that is none other than the legendary number 13, OBJ himself. And I say legendary because, let's make no mistake, arguably the greatest receiver from a talent perspective the Giants has ever had. Yeah, man, drafted him, and from day one, he was just magic. Showtime. Just a route demon. You know what I'm saying? Just an absolute beast. Putting up numbers. Okay? But as my fellow Giants fans should be all too familiar with, OBJ had a little bit of a diva issue, if you will. Most great receivers do have that issue. But it's just like a double-edged sword, man. It's two sides of the same coin. Comes with the territory. And it just seems like the better the talent, as far as the receiver, the crazier, or the divaness rather, gets. From the helmet fight with the net to proposing on it to taking a piss on the goalpost, man. Like, you name it, OBJ was just doing it. Just non-stop shenanigans. But for every shenanigan that he did, the man was lighting it up on the field. Make no mistake about it. Now, there's some talks here, about the possibility of him being signed, like a short-term, 1-year type of situation, just to see, kind of take a trip down memory lane. He still is active, free agent. For as much as I would like to reminisce about the good old days, I have a problem with this, though. Number one, what is he going to bring for us? At best, he can be a decoy. At worst, he's just going to be a drain on our cap that, quite frankly, we could use it somewhere else. Maybe if we could get him for a veteran minimum for the low. You know what I mean? Some cheapo deal just for the sake of him being a Giant again. Him being able to mentor Malik. That's a plus of having him back. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. For as much as I love nostalgia, I just don't think that that's a good option right now. There's just not much you're going to get out of that outside of just him playing a mentor role. Because let's be honest, he's up there in age, multiple injury history, bad injuries at that. I just don't think it's worth the squeeze, honestly, man. And make no mistake about it, man. him coming. Prior to him being traded by Dave Gettleman, and it was so weird because he got his deal. You thought everything was great, everything was going to be good. He was going to be here long term, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he had that interview with Lil Wayne. And I think he just said a couple things in particular towards Eli Manning that, the higher-ups, ownership in particular, just wasn't feeling, man. And I think they came down on Dave Gettleman and was like, hey, man, if you think you could get something for him, you got the green light. And don't forget, too, there was that, unknown substance video with the shorty and the pizza. I ain't forget. I definitely ain't forget. Yeah, so Giants fans, let's understand why he was traded away. Would I have rather have him stayed? Absolutely, make no mistake about it. We had him and Saquon and Eli Manning on the team at one point. But for some reason, we didn't get it together. We couldn't figure it out. I mean, they couldn't figure it out. We, who have been paying attention, knew what the problem was. And it's been this offensive line. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about OBJ. And I say all that to say simply, it's not worth him, man. It's not worth signing him. At least for nothing serious. It's got to be like some vet minimum territory. And I just don't think OBJ is going to even bother with that. Just for the sake of nostalgia. That, and even though I didn't necessarily agree with it because they did give him a deal before it happened, him being traded to Cleveland was just not. I can only get mad at Dave Gettleman so much. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that stuff was just like, all right, bro, like, kind of doing too much. A little bit. But, for me, it's not worth it. And like I said, he got traded to Cleveland for a reason. We ended up getting Dex out that deal. So, in my book, Dex is going to be a future Hall of Famer. No doubt about it. Arguably the top defensive tackle in the league next your man from, Kansas City. But, segueing into, talking about Cleveland and OBJ going over there, where talent kind of just seems to go unalive itself. Or rather, it just becomes unalived over there in Cleveland to unalive out, rather, Cleveland. Shedeur. Here we go. And look, I'm going to be very clear here. I am a Shedeur fan, supporter, if you will. I wanted him here. He's not, for obvious reasons now. It's becoming more and more clear as the days go on. And look, man, I don't want to get too mad at Shedeur because I do understand the scope to a degree, the magnitude, if you will, of the situation. But that's the problem because I analyze it to a degree. It's like the perception of the entire situation is just not good right now as a whole because you were projected to at the very least go in the second round at the latest, and you ended up falling all the way to the fifth round to the Cleveland Browns, who, to their defense, I guess drafted him because of the positional value at that round. But it's just like, man, you got an issue over there now, like a big issue. You got to figure it out, whether you're going to keep Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, right? Or now you got Gabriel and Shedeur. Well, for me, Shedeur should win the starting job. But the problem is now, it's just like, where is the ward? Where is the gatekeeper for this young man? Where is his man's just like, yo, slow down, chill out. Don't be speeding in residential areas. Not once, but twice you've been cited for speeding tickets, my mans. Off the field issues. Please, Shedeur, I am a supporter. Make no mistake about it, man. Make no mistake about it. Oh, man. And then I saw a video. Lord Jesus, he was at a baseball game. They was asking him questions about it. He posted, I'm just a young man this. Sometimes I'll be in the zone that. And then his man's his co-signing the buffoonery, saying he's just a boy. Bro, you are a 23-year-old young man. I get it. The glitz, the glamour, the fast cars, you in the zone. But again, you were projected to go at the latest in the second round. You ended up getting drafted in the 5th to the Cleveland Browns. Just be aware of the room, Shedeur. Come on, young man. Come on, brother. Oh, man. I hate it, bro. It frustrates me. Because I get it. To be young and doing, as long as nobody got hurt, I feel like you're allowed to do, to a point, some nonsense. But it's just, the stakes is high right now, bro. As far as I'm concerned, you ain't hearing nothing from Shiloh down in Tampa. Nothing, not a peep. That man sounds like he's focused right now. Undrafted, free agent. Like, come on, man. Let us just get it together, please. Because I do want to see that young man succeed, man. I do. You know what I'm saying? Because, no disrespect to the Browns, but, man, that franchise is, man, to be a Browns fan is just to be in perpetual misery. And it sucks. But it is what it is, man. I just hope somebody can just get in Shedeur's ear and just be like, look, man, let's just chill out. Let's focus. Let's lock in. You know what I mean? Stay at home. Let's do the speed limit. You know what I'm saying? I love the confidence, but it's just, in that video specifically, man, it was just a little bit too much of the arrogance. Just got a little too much. Too much. But, yeah, man, just want to talk about OBJ, especially with the talks of him possibly signing a 1-year deal to come back. He actually said also, too, he would have never left. Wasn't really up to you, though, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it kind of was, but it kind of wasn't. If you understand what I'm saying? Just felt like I needed to talk about that. Definitely felt like I needed to talk about the Shedeur Sanders situation, man. I just hope nothing for the best for that young man. I do want to see him succeed. I do want to see him make some noise with the Cleveland Browns. Because if there was ever a franchise who deserved something like that, it's absolutely the Cleveland Browns. But wish him nothing but the best. I will be rooting for him as long as he can just, see the field, get that starting position, and, perform. Just the other stuff, man, we gotta, dot our I's and cross our T's. But you already know, man. Hit the like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Shouts out to the Aboriginal Sports Network. I'll be posting this video on my main channel, Ghost Dogs Big Talk. Stay tuned later on in the week for more content. I'll be putting out some more game videos of some other stuff that I got in the works. But stay tapped and tuned in, man. You know what it is. Ghost out.
Let me tell y'all something. Why don't you go ahead and hit that button? If y'all feel the vibe, just click subscribe. And if you appreciate the way I spit on the mic, then please smash that like.